Hello, New Hope Wesleyan Church. It is good to see you guys, at least somehow. As you can see, the craziness is still kind of going on, but hey, we're going to make it through. We're still going to be the church. And today, I thought I would give you guys a tutorial on something that we have added to our website that is going to be able to let you give your tithe online. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be walking you guys through as best as I can, step by step, all the different options that you have on sending your tithe in to New Hope Wesleyan Church. Now, a lot of you guys have been wondering, well, I'm not good with technology. I don't know if I could do this, or do we have to do it through online? Is that the only way? And I want you to know that I'm going to try and answer all of those questions as possible. If I don't, I want you to know that you can feel free to email myself or the church, and we will be more than happy to answer any of your questions, okay? So, what we're going to do is I'm not just going to sit here and talk and you're going to try and listen. I actually have this little feature that I can do on my computer where I can do something called screen share. Now, screen share lets me do this. And you guys should be able to see my computer right now. My little mouse moving around right here. I know there's a lot of other things open. Don't worry about it. I'm going to try and stick on the pages that we are going to be talking about. So online giving, first and foremost. If you go to our website, newhopewest.com, we have a brand new tab called Online Giving. Now, if you want to give your tithe online, all you have to do is click on this tab, and this is what's going to happen. A link is going to pop up. Now, if you wanted to give a one-time donation or a one-time tithe, you don't have to set up any type of account whatsoever. As long as you want to keep on doing this one-time thing, it can be totally up to you. You don't have to set recurring payments. All you would do is type in, let's say I'm going to give $50. So you type in $50 right there. It has one time right here. So one time, that's all you need to worry about right now if you're giving one time. So you put $50 one time. You put your email. So I'll put my email, like bringer0939 at AOL.com. And if you guys hear my dogs barking, I'm sorry. They have big mouths. I have one big dog named Buca, and that's mouth for Italian, so she should be more Buca Grande, big mouth dog. So anywho, this is how the one-time giving thing looks like. So I put my amount up there on what I'm wanting to give. I put one time, so this is a one-time deal, my email address, and my name. Then you hit continue. This is what's going to happen. As you go down, you can choose how to make that one-time giving. Now, there's a few choices. First off, here's my information, Aaron Strange, Lightbringer0939 at AOL.com. So that's the info that we put in before. And we have two options right here. Now, you can add a bank account. And to add a bank account, what you're going to have to do is click on this instantly verify your account. Now you click on that button, and what's going to happen is you get this little thing here that says any transfer of your information is encrypted end to end. So there is hardcore encryption, meaning that it's not going to be stolen. It is completely saved data. There's no, it's not going to be taken in any way. It's not going to be sold to third parties. You shouldn't be getting any pop-ups or cookies because you're making this payment. It should be completely clean. And then private, your credentials will never be made, public. This stays on the down low. We will get a little bit of information here at the church as far as who is giving and maybe how you gave, but we will not get any information that is personal, okay? So this is just information, the same kind of information you would find on a check. Okay, so we may have, your routing number and your account number, but everything is going to be saved. It's going to be encrypted, and the only people that will have access to it is our treasurer, Peggy Nankovel, and myself, and maybe some of the other staff. But it's going to stay under lock and key. There's no worries whatsoever. So that's what this is saying right here. You hit continue. And then you type in your bank. Now, for me, that's Five Star Bank. So I type in Five Star Bank, and then I'm not going to go through this process with you, but what you would do is if you have an account at a bank that is set up online, for me, I would type in my net teller ID and all this, which I know, and I would type in my password, which I know, and I would submit all that, and it would just automatically log in all of my credentials from my bank's website onto this one-time gift. So I could just send it as this gift, and it would be super duper easy. That's as far as I can go with you, not because I don't want you guys checking out my bank number. I trust you guys. It's just that it's because I trust you that I don't want other people who I don't trust seeing this and being like, whoa, because this is going to be on YouTube. I don't want my bank account on YouTube. Anyway, so that's one way to do it. You can add a bank account. Now, if you go that route of adding a bank account, it says right here, they're going to need to verify. So in order to verify, what it says here, I'm going to switch over to this information page as far as verifying bank accounts. So when you give with a bank account, the processing fees are lower than when you give with a credit card or a debit card. However, the funds will take longer to get to the church. So about 3 to 5 business days. You'll have to verify that you own the bank account, which we'll talk about in just a second. And when you donate using a bank account, the first time your account is saved to your donor profile so that you won't have to verify account ownership every time you log in. So pretty much, to sum all this up, what this is pretty much saying is if you log in with your bank account, if you attach your bank account here, there is a way where once you type in all this information, you shouldn't have to do it every single time if you're giving one gift, okay? So adding the bank account, this is what we've looked at before. This is how it looks. So you can either verify your bank account instantly. And what that means is, again, you go to the bank login, you type what bank you're in, and this is if you have an online presence or connection with your bank. So for me, when I typed in 5-star, I know how to access my statements and my accounts because I have my login information and all that for my bank online. So I can access my account online. So that's the information you will need if you are using a bank account. And then you log in all your stuff, your bank credentials. Once you're signed into that account, you click on which account you would like to donate from. So for me, I don't have many accounts to choose from. You may have a checking account, a savings account, maybe your wife or your husband. Maybe there's 2 different checking accounts. You guys can choose which checking account you guys want to have this tithe come out of. It's very simple. All your accounts will come up. You click the one that you want. And then if the account is verified, you'll be taken back to the giving page. So all that means is when you click on that account and you've typed in all your information, it will say right here that it's verified, meaning that, great, we have all the information we need to use this. This account will be saved to your email donor profile as a verified bank account, okay? Again, don't be afraid of the lingo. This is very, very nice and easy. And again, if you guys have questions, I'm more than willing to help answer as best as I possibly can. And then you can also choose to cover the processing fee or just have it taken out of your tithe. That's completely up to you, okay? So if you do want to cover the $25 processing fee, you just click that check mark. So this person wouldn't be giving $100, they'd be giving $100.25. Again, that's completely up to you. And then you hit give and submit your donation. And you will get a receipt in your email saying that you gave and that this is the gift, and there like a confirmation number, donation receipt. You'll have all that information for you. Now, let's say when you went to this part right here and you typed in your bank, it wasn't available. What do you do then? Well, you enter your information in manually. Now, again, don't fret. This is not too hard. It's a little more complicated, but again, we're going to walk through this step nice and easy so we have complete understanding. So first off, you will click on micro deposit verification. So, or it will say submit manually. So let me scroll back up here real quick. So when you're looking at this, if you click on instantly verify your account and your bank doesn't show up, it means you cannot instantly verify your account, unfortunately. But again, all is not lost. It says you can't find your bank. You can also use your routing and accounts number to manually verify your bank. So this will take a little bit longer, and there's a few more steps to the process, but they're not that difficult. So let me walk you through that. So let's say, you know what, my bank account didn't show up. I'm going to manually verify my account. So you click on that, and what's going to pop up is this window right here, Add Bank Account. To get started, we need to verify your bank account. With the information, we'll initiate the process and send you instructions by email. So again, you're going to have instructions right in front of you. So no worries. Not only do you get the video, but you also get an email that has specific instructions, okay? And then after verification is complete, you'll be able to donate with this bank account. However, you need to understand this, though. You will not be able to donate today. Again, like we were talking about, it takes a little longer to do micro deposit verification. So again, with entering your account manually, it takes about 3 to 5 business days for that to come out. So just keep that in mind, okay? So what you do is you type in the account holder name. So this person's Elizabeth Dawson. Account type, individual. Pretty much the choices are individual and company. You'll click individual because it's going to be you as the individual or the couple that is donating and not a company. And then your routing number and account number. Now, some of you guys may say, wait a minute, I don't know where to find my routing number or my account number. Do not fret. I helped you out here. So on your checkbook, you have all this information. So your name, your address, blah, 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 the date, the check number, paid to the order of. Most of you guys have seen a checkbook by now, so you should know where all this stuff is. Down here, you will see the routing number and the account number. Now, this little symbol right here is not a number, so don't fret. So this person's account number would be 044-072-324. That's their routing number, okay? So when you go back to this part right here, routing number, you would type in 044-072-324. That's your routing number. And then underneath that, you have account number. Your account number is this. This person would be 000-123-456-789. So again, completely ignore this little logo or letter, symbol, whatever you want to call it, right there, and just type in the number 000-123-456-789. But of course, use your own account number because that's a fake one. And then if you were worried about what this number is, that's just telling you what check you're using to pay for this. So that has nothing to do with what we're doing here, so completely disregard that. But that's how you find your routing number and your account number. Those stay the same forever. This number changes because this is check number 123, and again, you don't have to worry about that. So now that we know how to put in our routing number and our account number, you click on the button that says Start Bank Verification and email me instructions. Again, going nice and slow, so do not fret. So all we did from here on in, all we did if we're entering it manually is we clicked on manually verify your account. So that was step 1. Step 2, we typed in our information right here. That's all we've done. And then we get an email. After adding the account, you will receive 2 deposits to your account within a few days. Check your email to find more information about the next steps. Now, that sounds confusing, but again, let me just read the email that you will receive. It'll say, verification started. Hi, your name. We've started the process of adding your bank account to your donor profile. Once your bank, whatever your bank is, with the account ending in blah, 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 is verified, you'll be able to give from that account. So what's next? In 1 or 2 days, you'll get 2 small deposits from our church, each less than $1. Now, the only reason this is happening, that sounds very confusing. Why is the church paying me when I'm trying to tithe to them? This is just a way for us to make sure that your account is the one that is getting the information, that your account is the specific one that we are working with. That's all we're doing, okay? So you will get 2 small deposits from our church, so from New Hope, each less than $1. Once those deposits post to your account, you'll return to our donation website and enter those specific amounts. So for instance, if you get something within your account and you got, let's say New Hope gave you 8 cents and then a second deposit of 42 cents. Once those deposited, you'll return to our donation website and enter those 2 specific amounts. So you will donate them back to us, those two specific amounts. I know that sounds confusing. I promise it's not too crazy. You just look at your bank statement, see what money has come in, very little money. Again, it's going to be under $1, and you deposit those back to us. And again, all that does is communicate to us that we are working with you, that this is your account that we are working with. And then a few days later, our billing system will recoup those deposits in a single withdrawal. And again, if you have any questions, we can be reached. Thank you, la, 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 la. So that's the email that you get. So again, all we've done is click manually verify. We've typed in our information, hit send, and then we got an email. So this is what some of those deposits will look like, okay? Some banks show these micro deposits within a day or two, but some take a little bit longer. A few days after posting the micro deposits, Stripe, which is the banking app that this giving thing works through, will recoup those deposits in a single withdrawal and will send you an email reminding you to verify your account. So what you do is you log into your bank account and you look for these transactions. Here's some examples. So this person, this Elizabeth person, she had a deposit of 12 cents and then she had a deposit of 8 cents. Sounds a little silly. But again, this is how we verify that we're working with you. Once the deposits and withdrawals have gone through, you'll receive an email reminding you to go to your donor profile to verify those amounts. So this is what it looks like. I might have made a mistake, but just stick with me. So you look at the 2 pieces of change that have been entered in, and you verify on your profile, on your donor profile, the 2 amounts, okay? And then a week after you initiate the micro deposit, you'll receive an email from your church reminding you to verify the account. So again, a week ago, we started this process of verifying these things, la, 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 la. Check your account for 2 small deposits. Log into your donor profile and enter these amounts. Then your account will be verified and you'll be ready to donate. So again, all you're going to be doing is checking your bank account, making sure those 2 small deposits came in, and then you log into your donor profile, which we'll talk about creating a donor profile in just a second, okay? So do not fret. And then again, a few days later, after it has been verified, then you're good to go. And then again, if you have any questions, you can access us. Now, this is the long way. This is the hardest way out of all of them. I'm not saying you have to do this way. This is by far the most difficult and confusing way. As far as using your routing number and your account number. But again, do not fret, okay? So, again, all you do is all that. And then in your profile, which again, we'll talk about creating in a second, you'll select the button verify to the bank account that you've added. So you've already filled out your information. You've already put in your routing number and your account number and you hit send. You got the email saying you're going to get 2 small deposits of very little cents. You go to your donor profile and you verify that. And then a few days later, you're able to verify the account, and this is what it'll look like. So this is their account finally being able to be verified. So don't worry about those right now. Debit card and credit card, don't worry about those right now. We're just focusing on the bank account. You hit verify. If the deposits match the amount, if the amounts match, so it'll show the 2 deposits that were sent to your bank account. If they match, the account will be verified and will appear when you give your next donation. So, for example, when she looked at her bank statement up here, it says she had a deposit into her account from New Hope Wesleyan Church of 12 cents and 8 cents. She goes back, she clicks verify the account that she's been trying to verify. This little window pop up, and if those 2 donations from our church appear on your bank statement, then you click verify an account. And then if your deposits do not appear in your bank account or are entered incorrectly, to lock your account, the best option is to start this process all over again. And if that happens again, we'll be able to help you through it. Once your bank account is verified, so for instance, you checked your statement, you looked at these and you're like, yep, it's all good. You click verify account and you're good to go. Again, let me remind you, because I know some of you may be a little scared right now. Don't be. This is just one. of the ways to do it. I thought it would be good to rip the Band-Aid off. Let's get the hard one out of the way. So that's if your bank doesn't pop up when you type it in and you have to do the routing number. It's not too crazy. It's a lot of information. I'll be posting the link to all this information in the YouTube video below in the details. And again, I will be able to be reached to help you guys out in case this is difficult, okay? So that's what that looks like. So let's go back to this. So we looked at that, and we figured out how to all do that for this one-time thing. So you went through all that for a one-time payment, and you're good to go, and you hit verify. But let's say, again, unfortunately, I can't go through all of this with you. I can't make a deposit with you guys because, again, my information would be public, and the only way for me to verify my account is for you guys to see my information. And again, I love you, but I don't want to put my bank information on YouTube. So apologize. But again, I'll be posting a link of the other stuff below and on the YouTube page, and you guys should be able to find it. But let's say, you know what? Adding a bank account, that's just too much of a headache. I'd rather just add a debit card or a credit card. You can do that too. So you can click debit card. You type in your credit card information, boom, 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 your month and year of expiration, which is right there, and then your CVC. That's the 3-digit number on the back. If you want to, you can save this payment information. You don't have to. And then all you would do is give now, and it would give. Okay? Pretty simple. And just to make sure I didn't miss anything, again, you click save the payment information. Once your debit card stuff comes in, it'll put something down here saying add $1.48 to cover the processing fee. Now, again, that's totally up to you. Okay, totally up to you. So this person who's giving $50, they say, I want to cover the processing fee. Then you'd be paying $51.48. It is more expensive than putting your account in there, but maybe you don't want to go through the hassle, or maybe you don't want to cover it. Again, it's your choice. All right, so don't fret. Again, you just enter your credit card information, expiration date, CVC code. If you plan on using this card in the future, you can check to save your card to your donor profile, which again, we'll talk about creating in a second. This is optional, but it can speed up the process for future donations. So that's just the truth. Check the box if you want to cover the processing fee. We already talked about that. And then you click submit. And that's all you do for that. So let's go back. So those are for one-time payments, okay? One-time payments. Again, you have the two options, but do not fret. But let's say, you know what? I don't want to give just one-time payment. I want to give kind of a recurring payment. If you're like me, sometimes you forget. You're like, oh, man, I completely forgot to tithe. Oh, no. There is another option for you. So, for instance, if you just know, like some of you guys, you don't know exactly what your paycheck is going to look like. So that's why you give one time, because you're thinking, sometimes I get paid this much, sometimes I get paid this much. Others of you, you might have the same paycheck every time it comes in. And you're thinking, instead of me typing all this stuff in every time, why not just do reoccurring payments? You can do that too. So let's go back to this. Frequency. You click on regularly. You click on how often you want to. So every week I'll pay $50 a week. Every other week. So I'll pay $50 every other week. So I don't want you guys thinking like, oh, if I hit every other week, then $50, it'll be $100 then, $200 then. No. It'll only do the amount that's given. So $50 a week, $50 every other week, whatever you guys want to put. And then you can put the day of the week on when you want that to come out. So maybe, tithing on Sunday, that's all well and good. But sometimes I like to just get it right out of my paycheck, right when I get it. And I get paid on Friday. You know what? You can have it taken out on Friday. And then down here, my first donation will be on April 3rd. So I don't want you thinking that you could set up frequent payments and start today. Today is the 27th, which is a Friday, but you can't just jump on here and do the frequency thing today. So if you're wanting to start this right now, maybe click on the next day, see March 28th, and that'll happen because some of this stuff takes time to set up, okay? And then we would just go through the exact same process down here, okay? As far as adding bank accounts, adding debit cards, whatever. So a lot of different ways to do that. Now, let's talk about how to make this a little bit easier for the whole thing. Setting up a donor account. So this whole thing is done through something called churchcenter.com. So that's how our giving is going to happen. And in the future, that is how our group is going to happen. Our groups, we're going to be doing small groups online. So stay tuned for that. So I have already created an account. So I'm going to go to log in. Now, in order to create an account, what you do is you start with putting in your phone number. Something that you can receive a text message on would be best, because if you put in your landline, you're not going to get any information. So I could put my number on there, 251-923-8296. There it is. And then I would hit next. And what would happen is it would send me a code, a 6-digit code, just a verification code, very simple. So I'll get a text message. It'll be like, hey, your code is 123456. So you would type that in. But let's say you're like, I don't really have a cell phone. I don't really want to put my number on there. Don't worry. You can click on use email address instead, and you can type in your email. Okay? And it will send you an email with a verification code. But for the sake of purposes, let me just use my phone, because this is the type of generation that we live in. So my number's on there. Whoop. I put my number in the email. Let me try that again. 238296. And don't worry about me putting my number on YouTube. My number's already online anyway. So, woo. Then you hit next. What's going to happen is you have this thing right here. It sends a text message to my phone giving me the verification number. Pretty simple. Let me just take my phone really quick just to double check. See what my verification is. So this is me getting it on my phone. And I got a text message. My verification is 293081. And that's not going to be my verification every time. It always changes because they want to make sure that the person is you. Now, if you didn't get it, if you didn't get a text message, resend code, okay? This might be best if you're somewhere where there's, cellular service, most likely. If you have Wi-Fi, that might work. But if you're just in a Wi-Fi area, do your email instead. It'll just be easier. And then again, for email, it's the same thing. You type in your email address, you'll get an email, and it'll say, hey, this is Church Center login. This is your 6-number verification. So you type it in, hit next. So for me, I already have an account. But let's say that I didn't. So let me put in, I'll tell you what, let's see. Here we go. Bruce Wayne. Let's add some Batman into this. So Bruce Wayne, we'd hit next. And then you would type in, to send you notices about your account, we also need your email address. Now again, if you're going to set up a profile, which is going to make giving and joining groups much easier in the future, I don't even think you can join a group without making a profile. You need to put your email address. If you're uncomfortable with putting your main one, make a different one. Make a fake one. So for instance, my email address is on AOL.com. I also have a Gmail account, and my Gmail account is for a lot of the things that I sign up for that I don't really care about. So if you're worried about getting all kinds of emails and whatnot, do not worry. You can just create an email wherever you go. So Gmail would be a simple one. You can create another Gmail if you already have one. It's not that hard. So let me just put my Gmail in here. At gmail.com. I'd hit next. And boom, I have created a profile for myself. So at some point, I'll get an email that'll send me information like, hey, someone logged into this thing with your email address, and all you say is, yep, that was me. So nothing big. As a matter of fact, let me show you what it looks like on my email address. Very simple to do. So we'll go to gmail.com, and we'll see somewhere on here. Maybe it takes a while. I'll hit the refresh button, see what happens. Nothing. Maybe check my spam folder. Sometimes it could be there. Nope. Well, isn't that just a big old bucket of fun? Needless to say, it will come here eventually. All right. So that's the Gmail that I put in. So it'll send an email saying, hey, that's what happened. So on here, you have your profile. All you do is go to Give Online. And then it'll have your information. Give Online. You type in, again, your giving amount, one time or regularly. And if you've already set up your stuff, then your stuff is already on there. So all you have to do is, again, typing in your card number, your bank account number, whatever, and you are good to go. So, and it would be good to give you a profile. And the good thing about having a profile is that you're able to go up here in the right-hand corner, click on Profile, and if you click on Giving, it'll say you can give online, you can give on the mobile app, which we'll talk about in just a second, or you can text to give. So for example, to get started, all you do is, if you have text messages, you text that you want to give to 84321. So simple donation example. So $25. So you would type in $25 to 84321 to give a donation. And if you want to put a specific fund, you would just put general. But again, we only have general going on right now. So text to give, I mean, could you do it? Sure. If you're in a pickle, why not? But it's not the way that I would suggest doing it. It just becomes another hoop to jump through. So can you text to give? Sure. Is it worth it? It's up to you. So you can give online, you can text, but you will always, if you want, you can set up, I will always get an email with your donation receipts. So once you give, you will get an email saying your profile, you gave $25, here's your donation receipt. All right. Or you can say, I'm not interested in it. I don't want donation receipts. I think it's a good idea just to get it. Again, you can add payment methods. And again, we talked about all that already. So you can do it from your profile as well. Recurring donations, you can make recurring donations here as well. And then donation history, it will show right here. It doesn't show right now, but it will show right here kind of a graph of like all the donations that you've been doing for the past, ever since you started donating. So it'll show a graph of the different types of donations that you've given, just to give you an eyeball of, how much you've donated. And then down here will be donation statements. And these will just be an account of all the donations that you've given since day one. So if I started giving donations to this, and this was live, let's say in October, I would have all my donation receipts, all the statements of when I gave from October 2019 show in this part right here, as long as I did it through this program, if that makes sense. So you would have all your statements right here. So if you're thinking, wait, did I email my tithe in? I might have forgotten. You can always go back here and be like, yep, I did. Or you know what? It doesn't show up. I didn't do it. How quickly that'll show up, I don't have the information on that, but just a word of caution, how about 1 to 2 business days? So give it a little bit of time. You can always check. It should be quicker than that, but just on the side of caution, give it a little bit of time. If you're just starting, definitely give it time, especially if you're trying to add your bank account in there. It's going to take 3 to 5 business days for your payment to go through anyway on your account. So don't expect your statement to pop up until it's gone through, your account's been verified, and you're all good. All right. Whoopsie. Okay. So, and that is the giving portion. Groups, we'll talk about that sometime later next week. So again, profile, you have your giving, you have your groups, contact information. You do not have to put a phone. You don't have to. The number is not going to go anywhere besides staff and our treasurers. But if you're uncomfortable with it, you don't have to do it. Email, please. Some type of email. Again, if you're uncomfortable with putting your main email out there, create a fake one just for this purpose. Just some type of way that we can contact you in case something goes wrong. In case a payment didn't go through or whatever. It would just be a nice way for us to be able to contact you specifically about this payment that happened on this day and we don't know what happened or whatever. So just a great way. And then address. If you want a mailing address, you can put it on there. We have the church directory. We already have your mailing addresses on file anyway. If you put this on there, that would also be kind of a help to us. But again, you don't have to. We have hopefully your information so that we can reach you. So that is your profile. And yeah. So let me go back to give one more time. Not give. Let's see here. Let me go back to home. Click on give. Sorry, I gotta retrace my steps here. Yeah, here we go. So click on giving. So we talked about how to give online on our web page. Again, you can do it through your bank account if your bank account pops up in the search engine. So again, let me just do a quick run through on what we've gone through so far. Again, don't be scared because stop it. We are all together on this. So I'll help you every step of the way. So again, I'll put this link in the description. There's a wonderful video below that will go on with this one. Donation information. This is just a recap. That's all we're doing is doing a recap because it's a lot of information. I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed. And you can replay this video as many times as you want, rewind, whatever. Type in your amount. General is the only fund that we have up right now. Maybe we'll add in the future. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Frequency, whether you want to do it one time or multiple times. My suggestion to you is before you even give, set up a profile. It's just going to make it easier. Even just set up a profile. It's just going to be so much easier, okay? Again, you can make recurring donations. You can say when. You can say how often. You can say the amount. If you would rather just keep on doing it on a one-to-one basis, you're totally able to do that. Payment method, adding a bank account. Choosing your bank account, you can instantly verify, and then you type in the bank that you have. If they pop up here, you log in to your online bank credentials, and everything will be filled in for you, and you'll be verified before you know it. I got verified in 10 seconds. It was simple, and you'll be good to go. If you want to do the harder way, then again, you can type in your routing number and account number, which we talked about. Let me pull that up again real quick. So again, routing number is right there on your checkbook. Account number is right there on your checkbook. So you could do it through that if your bank doesn't pop up. It'll be a hassle. It'll be some time to set it up at the beginning, but once it's set up, it'll be easy. And again, I can help you either way. And then you'll get these emails, follow the directions, double check to make sure that the deposits are the same, verify them, and then when you click verify, make sure that the deposits are the same, verify account, and then you'll be good to go. Giving with the debit card, typing in your debit card information, the month and year it expires in the CVC, which is the 3 digits on the back of the card. You can save the payment for the future, or you cannot. If you have a profile, you might as well save it. Just be simple. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's only up to you. And if you change your mind, you can always go back and change it. You can always recheck it or uncheck it or regardless. And all this information stays with us. Again, for either one, you can cover the processing fee or you can just have it come out. Again, that's your choice. It's totally up to you. Fill out all the information, click submit, you'll be good to go. We do not have Apple Pay going on right now. Maybe something we look into in the future, but right now I thought it's just too much. View and change giving preferences. Again, you log into your profile up here and you follow the process of getting a code sent to either your phone or to your email address. You'll have to do this verifying process every time because we're talking about money. The reason why they have you verify every single time is to make sure that you're the one that is going to be donating, okay? They don't want Hobo Joe hopping on there and donating thousands of dollars that you didn't authorize. So they're going to verify every time. So every time you're going to have to get a text with this code, or you're going to have to get an email with this code. But again, all that information will be right here. And then you click on your profile. You can go to My Giving. You can change all the preferences that you want, all the payment information you want. You can set up recurring donations, download donation history and statements, download giving statements, download receipts. All that could be accessed to from your profile. If you set one up. If you don't, then, of course not. And yeah. So all that's right there. And again, this will be at the description below. And then finally, let's say that you want to give, but you're not by a computer, and you want to give, but you don't want to text it. Well, there is mobile giving. So what you will do, if you're going to give from your cell phone, let's say you're out and about and you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot to tithe. I don't have my phone. On the Android and iOS store, which is for iPhones, so on the Android or iOS store, there is something called the Church Center app. So what you would do is you would download the Church Center app. Sounds scary? I promise it is not. Once you download that app, the app will pop up, and it'll say, we want to help you donate stuff, but we need to see where you are. So you'll type in your zip code. Our church with our logo will pop up. So you click on our church, and then you'll be good to go. So you'll have all this information here. And this app also works, again, for both our giving app and our groups app. And this also is the same profile that you're going to have if you do this online. So all this is linked together, okay? Sounds confusing. I know it's a lot of stuff. It took me a while to figure out a lot of this too. We're going to be with you every step of the way. I know I say that a lot. It's because I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed. This is not something to feel overwhelmed about, all right? We're with you. We're going to help you figure this out, even if I have to call everybody in the church, we're going to figure this out, all right? And that's how you would give online. So you would give through the app. Now, maybe you're sitting there and you listen to all this information, you go, oh, I don't even want to try it. I don't even want to try to get all my stuff connected or downloaded or put my bank account or this and that and the other. What? Do I have to do it this way? The answer is no, you don't. Then how am I going to be able to tithe during the coronavirus? Well, the good news is we still have people working at the church. So if you don't want anything to do with online giving, because this is just an option for some people, if you don't want anything to do with online giving whatsoever, simply mail your check or money or whatever to the church at 280 Grand Street, Hornell, New York, 14843. You can find the address on our website as well. If you go, not down here, sorry. My little window over here is covering it. So if you click on contact, all of our address information is right there. The number's right there. And we will make sure that it gets to the treasurer's hands, okay? So if this is just all a little overwhelming for you, do not fret. You can also give in that way as well. All right? So that was a lot to go through. I'm sure some minds are racing, but hey, you know what? If I can figure this out, anybody can. That really is just the case. I know some people are like, well, you're the tech guy. No, it doesn't matter. This is brand spanking new stuff. The only thing I know how to do, just like the rest of you, is move my mouse and click stuff, okay? So if I can figure this out, anyone can. The key things to remember is, one, create a profile. It's going to help you in the long run. Don't make Bruce Wayne. I'm actually going to have to go back and delete Bruce Wayne, but create a profile. You'll have access to all your stuff on there. Having your profile is going to be awesome because you can do the giving this way, and it will also help you when we get our groups, our small groups app going, which is going to be so much easier than this. So much easier. because all the work is going to be on my end. And then all you have to do is click and choose which group you want to join. And then that information should be coming out within the next week. So create a profile, type in all your payment information, give on the web, give on the mobile app, give through text, mail your stuff in. It's not super easy, but it's doable. It's manageable. We can do this. And then I'm going to make sure that we have a tech team that is put together that can help answer some of these questions as well. I will do the very best I can to help you guys out in any way that I can. And yeah. So let's see. We talked about tithing, talked about giving, talked about the apps and the emails and the verification codes and all that. Please message me if you have any questions. You can get me on my Facebook page. You can call the church office and leave a message on my machine. I'm extension 13. And yeah, I think that is about it. So let me stop the sharing there. Okay. A lot of stuff. But no worries. Multiple options, a little something for everybody. Should be able to figure this out. If not, you got me. I'm with you. I'll help you. I'll walk you through it. All right? Boy, do we miss you guys. We miss being able to be together as the church. And I look forward to this resource being able to help you guys in tithing and continuing to help the church reach and help other people during this time. And I look forward to the next week where we're going to be talking about our groups app where we can continue connection online. I want you guys to make sure that you're sticking to our YouTube channel where this tutorial, along with other tutorials that are going to be made in the future, are going to be available. You can rewind, you can share, you can do whatever you guys want to do for this tutorial video. Okay. It was awesome to be here with you guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And God bless. Have a good one.